And we are live. Hi guys. Hello. Welcome to Mama Magic Live, our second in the series for Mama Magic. Started off yesterday, so welcome to everybody that's joining us now. This morning we've got a great person who's joining us. My name is Warren. I'm the brand director for Mama Magic. And let's get into writing something about Pri, as you would know her. And she's about to connect. Hello, Darshan. Hello, everybody. Hello, the zombie mom. Hello, Priyanka. How are you? Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Priyanka? All right, well, Priyanka's getting all set up if you're joining us now. So, my name is Warren. Can you hear me? What is Priyanka saying? Can't see me. Okay, Priyanka's left. She'll be back with us shortly. She's joining us this morning for our Mama Magic live session. And you really want to listen in on this one because she's got some great content, some great stuff to share. I think as parents, we all need help from each other, as we were discussing yesterday. So be sure to stay tuned and connected. Share this with your friends and get them all connected. We've got some great stuff that's coming out this morning. If you don't know me, I'm a father of two. My name is Warren. I'm the brand director here at Mama Magic. And these Mama Magic live series is really just about connecting and getting you all to enjoy some conversation that's different, that's relevant, that's pertinent to us as parents. So if you've got any questions for our conversation today, then please be sure to do that. And hello, Jess. I see lots of people coming in already. If you've got any questions or stuff to drop into us, then please do that. So we're looking forward to that. And let's see if we can add our guest in this morning. It's a bit of a quiet time here at my house. Hello, Progeny. There's Priyanka. Can you hear me, Priyanka?
Hi, Warren. I can. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Cool.
Great. It looks green. It looks lush. It looks like you're enjoying some sunshine D this morning.
I am. I am trying to make the most of this lockdown period.
Oh, that's really, really great. I've resorted to find a new spot. Yesterday I was in the playroom. Today I've decided to go and do a bit of a hideout because for the first time today we've got school routines that kicked into place. So the kids are busy with homeschooling. They've just finished their first lunch break. Can you believe it? So now they're into lesson number
Wow.
two. So I hope it goes well because I think I was saying yesterday we are not teachers. My wife is a teacher by trade, but she
Mm-hmm.
deals really with high schools and adults. So having to deal with a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old is a very, very different story and
Oh, I
teaching
can
them to
only
count
imagine.
backwards.
So I'm sure you're not going to opt for homeschooling after this, hey?
No, I'll be very glad to send them back to school. Now, for those who don't know you, Priyanka, I mean, you're a mom of a beautiful 2-year-old Eden. Tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know who you are.
Yes, Warren, thank you so much for having me. So I'm Priyanka. I have a 2-year-old daughter named Eden. We live in Johannesburg. And the birth of Eden actually, changed the trajectory of my life. So I'm an attorney by profession. I was heavy in the corporate world, just in the hustle and bustle, like most of us are.
Mhm.
But with Eden's birth, it really, really made me slow down and think of, what I really wanted out of my life. And that was to build a family
Yeah.
and to be more present in her life. And also it gave me a chance to relook and to find purpose because I felt that my profession in the legal in the legal field didn't really feed my passion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing, with the birth of your kids, you can reignite so much within you. And during my maternity leave, I started looking and I found life coaching. And I
Wow.
thought it was such an amazing transition for me to actually start helping moms and women and just anybody who wants to achieve purpose and potential in their days.
Wow, that's quite a transition from the corporate life to becoming a life coach. Was that all just because of the birthing and becoming a mom with having Eden, or was there something else behind it before? Did it all start before that?
I think it started before that. I started my corporate journey 10 years ago.
Okay.
I moved up to Joburg from a small town in KZN, and I must say the transition was difficult, but
Yes.
you grow the most in those type of environments. But I
Yeah.
always felt that there was something still lacking. Like, I always wanted more of that human element to really help people reach their best in life. And often, we tend to exist day in and day out, and we get caught up in a mundane routine, and we forget to get to know ourselves again, to really take care of ourselves, and to ignite that passion that once fueled us, because we tend to just put ourselves on the wayside and life takes over.
Mm-hmm.
So I've founded a company called Awaken, literally
Okay.
to awaken your passion, awaken your purpose, your potential, and to live your life with meaning. And I think, it's so fitting in a time like this, where crisis has come about with COVID-19 and
Yeah.
isolation, to really start igniting some sort of purpose and passion in your day, because I'm sure it has been daunting and quite scary for most of us.
Yeah, I mean, today's World Health Day, and I think, what's so important is that we all find some kind of peace in the world that we live in. I think there's so much fear that we're currently living in. And I think as parents, my mom sent me this voice note the other day just about being a mother hen and how a mother hen protects her chicks and she'll do anything to protect them. And I think as parents, you kind of find yourself in that same space because you also just want to protect your kids. But at the same time, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of pressure. Um, you know, I, my wife was saying to me the other night, like she can't deal with any more challenges on Instagram. It's just this challenge, 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 and it's fitness, and then it's the beauty, and it's this, and it's that. And there's so much pressure, even though we are locked up in our homes, that causes a sense of anxiety. And then we've got the life as you know it, that's adding this additional pressure. And I think sometimes we don't know how to find peace in those moments, or how do we enjoy what we're currently going through. And I mean, as a life coach and as a mother, how do you do that in your own life and find that balance? And what should moms and dads out there do?
Warren, you really have hit the nail on the head. I mean, in even though in isolation, social media and the news is always available to us. And with that being so readily available with the advancement of technology, it's actually, a luxury in this time, but can also weigh us down. And we
Mm.
have to be so intentional. We have to be so intentional about the type of information, media, challenges that we're taking in at this time, because we can take in so much negative energy, we can take in so much from the media, from these challenges, and put ourselves in a situation that's not actually healthy, and that
Yeah.
runs on to our family and to our kids. So, I talk about being intentional, and that is really taking a moment to step back and start defining what you want for your day. If you don't want to be, involved in so much of the social media pressure, don't go on for a few hours. Rather, start creating meaningful moments with your kids, or have a cup of tea. Start to journal, create moments of meaning in this time, as opposed to logging on and feeding into what the world is doing. Take time to create moments for yourself that'll actually start to calm you down.
What do you to, now living in Johannesburg as well, traffic becomes your alone time, right? So you spend all these hours in traffic, or you find it moments in your car, or you quickly running off to the shops. But we don't have those moments of where we can break away from everybody now. And I think what everybody seems to be doing is struggling to find their time alone as parents, and they seem to be struggling to um, find that alone time, that me time? Is it when the kids are gone to bed? Because then you've still got your partner who still wants to engage with you and speak to you and kind of have an adult conversation with you. And maybe also you just want to watch something other than Paw Patrol. So when do you find those moments as a parent to kind of just be yourself? Progeny was mentioned that yesterday, and I struggle with that personally. When do I find my alone time?
You know, that's so true. We are filling and fulfilling so many roles on a daily basis as parents, as spouses, and we actually forget, hold on, I'm me first. You know, you have to slowly realize that you cannot actually give of yourself fully or continuously without giving back to yourself. And as you know, we started talking about intention, and you actually have to start being a little selfish for your time. So whether it means getting up 15 minutes earlier to, you know, process, you know, some thoughts in a journal, or enjoy a cup of coffee or tea on your own before the kids get up. And, you know, I'm sure, you know, in a situation with couples being together all the time as well, you know, you just want space. And to allow each other that time not to talk, or, you know, just verbalize what you actually want and what you're feeling. And I think so often we're afraid of verbalizing that emotion because we don't want to offend our spouse or upset our kids. And we're constantly holding on to this stress. So we need to allow ourselves to create an outlet, honestly, an outlet to release, whether it's going outside into the garden and doing like deep breathing or random things, a walk around your garden, just to look at the sky and connect with nature. I mean, that's just an easy way to really calm down. Or it's also an opportunity to get to know yourself and what you enjoy. What you enjoyed 5 years ago may not be what you enjoy today.
True. Very true.
So, you know, try and get to incorporate something new in your day. Literally 1 minute can change and reframe the rest of your day.
Okay, so everybody that's watching this conversation I'm having with Something About Pri, if you've got any questions or you've got ideas of how do you find those moments alone, or how do you find that peace in a busy life? Because like you said, we so busy. Kids are always happy, always going around, and it's important for us to find those moments alone. And I think also, how do we remove the stress of society, of the situation with COVID-19, financial stress and pressures? How do we relieve all those elements and yet still come out on top and still feel like, you know what, this is a great day, and come out almost feeling very grateful for what you have? I see Prajne's put a comment up here, and she said that happy parents equal happy children. I totally agree with that.
Absolutely.
I think you would totally agree with that. The happier we are, I think that's what you were saying when you're saying it's about us first. When we find our own peace, if we're frustrated with the world, we'll take it out on our children. And I think then it creates another sense of guilt, another guilt parenting, and you know, it kind of perpetuates the cycle that we never actually remove from our children.
100%, Warren. And Prajani hit the nail on the head there. You know, we constantly give of ourselves, and we end up pouring from an empty cup. So I can honestly say the only way you can actually remove the pressure of society is to stop tapping into it. We already know the pressure of COVID-19. We already know this current situation. And we also need to remind ourselves that this is not going to last forever. This is not our new normal. It's literally a crisis. And it's caused us into a very an unusual circumstance. But kids will also feed off your emotion, feed off how you are doing in this time. So you are their biggest opportunity to learn about life at this stage. So they're feeding off your emotion, whether you're anxious, fearful, constantly, and you know, paranoid, or reading the news, or connected all the time to this negative energy and negative media. We need to start creating more positive moments and intentionally create conversations of meaning with our children and our spouses, and start speaking life and creating beautiful moments in a time of crisis like today.
Absolutely. I see that Mira also joined us in conversation. And I mean, you've got a new baby. I'm so curious to know, how are you balancing? You know, I've got 2 kids, and they're now so busy. And we're still busy with work. We've got all that going on. But at the same time, I read such an interesting article yesterday that on average, married couples would spend about 3.5 hours a day together on a normal day. And now they're spending up to about 16 hours a day. And now it's about, oh, there's a new dynamic that's put in place, because now you might both potentially be working from home, or one is working from home and the other one's on leave. And you've got the kids in the background, and juggling all those can be quite a challenge when you've got baking challenges happening, and you need to exercise every day, and you need to make beauty blogs, and TikTok has caught your attention. It's
Yes.
How do you find that balance?
You know, we can never find balance, Warren, in this craziness of everything. I think, you know, what we need to
That's so
strive for
honest.
is
I love that, because
integration.
that's so honest.
Yeah, I think we need to stop obsessing about perfection or having the perfect moment in, you know, with our spouse or our kids. It's literally to go about day by day and be present. Being present in the moment is actually something you can benefit from, and your kids will actually enjoy. Stop overthinking so much. Stop always thinking that you need to be the most romantic person now, and create these romantic moments with your spouse because of the 16 hours time that you spend together, because the pressure's there. And you know what I thought about the other day actually is that how often is when we start to relax, or we are in our home environment for more than time that's planned, and we start to actually end up arguing or really getting cabin fever. And this is actually a time of testing for so many relationships. And I think it's only natural to vent or to take out frustration on the closest people to us.
Yes.
But instead of doing that, let's use it as a time to bond and really talk about opportunities and create something to look forward to after this. So even though we all may be working, or one mom and dad may be having to arrange like shifts to take care of kids, I think that's an option, because one parent could feel really strained taking care of the house and the baby, and you know, even though it's a natural thing to do, the situation is not natural, and it can get very pressurizing. So it's to also talk about your feelings to your loved one, and try and work out a way that will really relieve each other in moments. You know, whether one will look after the kids for 2 hours in the morning, and then the other will look after for 2 hours in the evening, to really get you an opportunity to tap into your emails or do something that you want to do. I think creating free time and giving each other free time is so important.
Amira's put up a post here about she wakes up early in the morning, just have a peaceful shower, because the rest of the day is with her boys. So as probably being the only lady in the house, that must be just her moments of sanity. So that, then you've got someone else who's put a comment in that said, if the heart isn't happy and healthy, the home can't be. Obviously, and also bring our attention back to World Health Day, which is today. So I think that's so important, because we have to find. I love what you said, even just about we can't find true balance in this day and age. And at the same time, we just have to be honest with ourselves, but we have to make time for ourselves, so that if we're happy, if we have removed the pressure and the strain, and removed our time of Instagram and all the other stuff, the noise essentially that clouds our day, then we'll feel happier, and we make it easier for our partners, we make it easy for our children. And I love even the idea of just being able to tag team. I mean, while I'm sitting here doing this conversation with you, my wife is downstairs and it's her turn with the kids. So there's this idea of tag team that's happening, but I think it makes bonds so much stronger and more important. And I mean, even the fact that, you know, like you said, like Eden is there, I can hear Eden there in the background.
Yes, come say hello, Eden.
Let's see her. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Oh, she's growing so beautifully, hey?
Yes, and keeping me very busy.
This is the moments that make it real, is that we can never have structured time like we would on a normal basis. And I think we've got to be so flexible and so fluid with it, because the truth is, 2 minutes before I went live, my kids were running in and out here. But that's what life is about, you know. And I was saying yesterday that I think it's the beauty of life now, is that we have these moments, and that we have to cherish them as much as we can, because it's what we all remember when we come out of this lockdown phase.
Absolutely. And you know, your kids, yes, my angel, I'm coming just now. Hey. So, and I think it's just you asked me how I'm dealing with a little 2-year-old, and it's just this, you know, dealing with a 2-year-old, the young kids, you constantly, their attention span is very short. So it's also, you know, when they want that attention from you, is to really just stop and give it to them. Sometimes they just want a hug, or for you to giggle with them, or create some sort of funny moments, and then it's over and they're running to do their own thing. So I think we just have to also try and have a sense of humor about this, and try and laugh in our day, because that'll also just bring some levity to the situation.
And you know, like even with kids having a very short attention span, having to constantly feel like you have to create new activities. And tomorrow, Progeny is going to be talking to a great expert. Her name is Katie MacArthur, and she is a really great resource for moms and dads who want to tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. because they'll be talking about activities to do with kids. And I think, you know, we've been in this lockdown since day 12 now, right? You almost forget the days, it's been so long. But you run out of ideas. And they'll be talking tomorrow about new ideas and new activities that you can do with your kids. Also, a lot of resources that are going to be available. So keep a lookout for that conversation tomorrow at 2 p.m. with Progeny and Katie MacArthur. And I think just for moms and dads who are out there who are struggling with new ideas, Mama Magic is the platform that you can share your ideas, you can share your questions, because I myself, I run out of ideas constantly. And I think yesterday was such a refreshing. We got so many great ideas and stuff that came out of yesterday's conversation.
Yes, that was awesome.
It was really exciting. So it's so great to be able to learn from each other. So, I mean, if you've got any ideas, all the moms are watching now, please, would love to send your ideas through. And how do we keep our kids busy? But how do we also, I'd love your ideas. It's about how do we find those alone moments? You see the memes out there. Mira made mention of how you can't go to the toilet alone, how you can't shower alone, you can't have your cup of coffee alone. But sometimes you have to make that time, like you were saying, and just wake up a few minutes earlier. Mira said the same thing. And that's how you make time for yourself to kind of just have those peaceful moments. Pick up a book and read. Progeny also said, you know, just Progeny commented and said, well, you know, if you just want to go and watch your best series and just have some screen time alone, do that. Be selfish with the remote for yourself for a change. And I see lots of lights coming up, so that's clearly something that we all want. But I think those are so important during the time.
Absolutely, Warren. And you know, I think more than anything, we can actually find an opportunity here. In as much as it's something so foreign and fearful, and it can create so much commotion in our minds, it's an opportunity here to connect with our loved ones in a way that we possibly would never get again. To have 21 days at home without going to the shops or activities planned or holiday planned is really something special. And if you start seeing it as special, you start creating those special moments.
What's the one thing that you're so grateful for in the last 21 days that you've realized that, wow, you know, I'm so grateful for this one thing in my life right now?
To be honest, I'm just so grateful that it's allowed me to slow down. In a day, I honestly, I go around and I get so distracted with 101 things I have to do as a mom and also a working at home mom. And now it's honestly allowed me to look at my day and to be selfish a bit, to enjoy the time with my daughter. You know, she wants to get involved in washing the dishes and, you know, everything that I do. So instead of saying no or giving her an activity to do, I include her in what I'm doing, because I really do believe that's bonding time. And we so often always have a meeting to go to or something to tune into. And we can really, really take advantage of this moment to create memories. And that's it. So I'm really grateful for being able to create these special memories with my daughter in this time.
I think that's so true. I'm so grateful for in these moments on these last 21 days is to be home. You know, having to not be in the office every day. I'm still working from home, which has come with different challenges. But at the same time, I get to see my kids in their daily routine, and I've gotten to learn more about them as they grow older and as they develop more and they pass more milestones. You learn new things about them, and you see new things about their personality kind of extract. But you know, even what you're saying earlier is that you have a moment to help shape them and help cultivate them. Even though I'm not a teacher, I get to spend more time with them now than they do their normal teacher at school, and that's actually something that I'm really grateful for, because that time can never be taken away from us. And these moments are quite special. Yes, I'm not up to date with all my Netflix and all my CDs, but I'm okay with that actually, because I think that the moments that we have spent together as a family, just switching off the TV, dimming the lights, singing songs, just teaching them board games, playing Ring a Ring a Rosie on the trampoline have really, really been great. Hi, Nandi. I see Nandi's joining as well. It'd be really nice to see and hear from other people. What are you grateful for during these last 21 days? But at the same time, how are you spending time for yourself, and how do you make time for yourself during this time?
And you know, Warren, there's such an amazing thing about gratitude and focusing on gratitude. It's actually, you can never ever focus on lack when you focus on something good. So it's a way to actually channel your neural pathways in your brain. I'm getting all scientific here, but I love it because you actually start to focus on good and the smallest things and the good things in your life, things that you would normally take for granted. And when you focus on good and gratitude, you fill your life with such a joy that then will be a ripple effect on the people around you, and also the things that you take in. You'll then want to take in goodness as opposed to, just aimlessly scrolling through your Instagram feed or TikTok challenges or things that don't necessarily, fill you with joy.
Absolutely. I really have enjoyed our time together this morning. I think it's made me become sober in a lot of new thoughts and ideas about what we need to do as to look after ourselves. And just being able to, if I look after myself, whether it's with a few minutes of exercise, like that coffee, that shower, whatever it is, to take the me time. I think that's so important, so that I can focus on myself. If I'm happy, if I'm healthy, then I know I know I will put that into my family. But the one thing I don't want to do is to take that stress, that anxiety, the fear, and I want to remove that and allow my family to be happy, healthy, and kind of thrive during this time, as opposed to kind of live under this roof where everybody's tense and just not getting on. So I've really enjoyed this.
Thank you, Warren. I've also enjoyed this time so much. And I also just wanted to let everyone know that I've created a 21-day lockdown encouragement podcast on my Awaken South Africa page. So if people would like some sort of inspiration or something to tune into that's going to uplift them during this time, it's also very interactive. They're more than welcome to just check out my page, and it's daily inspiration.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. I'm definitely going to find some time and tune into that. So something about Pri, thank you so much. Little Eden's gone now, but please give a big hug. She's growing so much. Enjoy your time with us. Session is obviously doing a good job looking after her. So thank you so much for your time, and we'll chat again soon. To everybody that's joined in, don't forget, tomorrow we've got another live session. Progeny Path with the editor of the Milestones magazine will be taking us through some fun activities with one of our contributors and experts, Katie Mac. Bye-bye.
Awesome, Warren. Take care. Bye.
Bye.